there friends, I'm Melanie and you're watching akaMommy, and today I wanted to address a question that I get asked every now and then on my channel, and I have a feeling it's one that's going to be coming up a lot more frequently. So I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about what my plans are when it comes to homeschooling my toddler, my pre-K. She's going to be 3 years old at the start of school next year, and so I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about that a little bit and share my thoughts. But before I get into the video, let me just say that if you are a new visitor to my channel, then thank you so much for stopping by and taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you will enjoy the content that you find here. And if you are a returning subscriber, then thank you so much for coming back. All right, friends, so I wanted to sit down with you guys and just kind of have a very candid conversation. I'm having my little cup of coffee here, and I wanted to talk to you because I get asked a lot anytime I put up a homeschool related video. A lot of people want to know what my thoughts are when it comes to homeschooling a kindergartner, a first grader, or even younger. I myself, when we start the next school year, I will have a 3-year-old daughter. My son will be going into 2nd grade, and then I have a daughter who will be in 8th grade and a daughter who will be in 10th grade. But for the purposes of this video, I just primarily want to talk to you about my 3-year-old. So here's the deal. In my opinion, now granted, this is just my opinion. You can take it or leave it, do with it as you see fit. These are just my thoughts. And this, when we start our next homeschool year, it will be our 6th year homeschooling. And so I'm going to adjust you guys. My dog's about to knock you over. I do feel like I have a little bit of experience from which to speak at this point. And so I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys. I personally don't think that it is necessary, and I mean that in the very literal sense. I don't think it is necessary to purchase curriculum for a child who is 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 years old. When your child goes to a public school, a private school, a charter school, in kindergarten and 1st grade, they're not going to be doing a lot of heavy curriculum. They're just really not. They're going to be doing a lot of maybe worksheets in 1st grade, but even in kindergarten, your child is going to be learning about letters and phonics and numbers and how to start writing these things and maybe kind of start learning how to read them. To be honest with you, I don't even recall that my kids, were that advanced in kindergarten. Now, I will say that my oldest daughter, when she started pre-K at the age of 4, she could already write her name, it kind of blew me away a little bit, both of my older daughters. So I do think that it's important to start teaching them early, but the way that we plan on doing that is not through the use of a boxed curriculum. With my 3-year-old, what I will be doing primarily is just allowing her to learn through the process of daily life. That's exactly the same thing that I did for my son. As I said, he will be going into 2nd grade, and this coming year is the first year that I will actually be starting to look at purchasing some curriculum for him, but even then, it will not be a lot. So what I will do with my 3-year-old is when we have class time, our group class time, I will have her sitting at the table with us, and she will I'll give her some coloring pages that will have letters on them so that she can start working on recognizing this is a letter. And I will start teaching her, this is the letter A, this is the letter B. She can start associating what the letters look like and mostly just kind of sit there, color. I will have some hands-on activities for her to do, very much like Montessori type activities. But I definitely don't believe in trying to push a lot of curriculum on your kids at a young age. With my son, he started doing school with us when he was 3. His attention span was literally 10 minutes, and that was about it. He was done. He was ready to go and play, and I was perfectly fine with that. When he was 4, we did school with him again. His attention span gets a little bit longer. We can give him some slightly more advanced curriculum, but I never wanted to push curriculum on him. He was always extremely resistant to that. He really didn't want to read. He didn't want to write. Math was something he always really enjoyed, and so we just kind of let him do math. And I will say that at the beginning of this school year, so in August of 2016, my son was starting first grade. He could probably read the word cat and hat and man and, you know, a few really, really basic words. But I wanted him to learn how to read, but I knew that if I pushed it on him, he would completely push it away. And that's exactly what he did. I tried to teach him how to read. You know, we sat down and I bought reading curriculum, and he just didn't want to have anything to do with it. He complained and whined the entire time, and I would just get really frustrated. And so at some point I said, you know what? I'm not going to push it. When he wants to read, he will. And at this point, he is now on a second grade reading level. So from the beginning of this school year, he progressed from basically maybe kindergarten. He went all the way, and now he's at a second grade reading level. And I say that I'm using that very loosely because he can now read books that are level 2 books. And I don't know if that's second grade or first grade or whatever, but he went from not even being able to complete a pre-reader, now he is at level 2. And it is completely 100% because I did not push him. I simply provided books that he really wanted to read. He is very interested in Star Wars, and so I purchased books that I knew that he wanted to be able to read. And so he just kind of slowly started looking at them, and I taught him. I said, this is how you find out what a word is. You sound it out. He knew all of his letters and phonics, and so he would sound all of the word out until he figured out what it said. And so at this point, he's reading tremendously well, in my opinion, and I could not be happier. He also was very, very, very resistant to writing. And yet last week, he sat down and wanted to write a story. And so that's exactly what he did. He sat down and he wanted to write a story, you know, almost like a book report. He read this book and he wanted to write a story about it. And that's what he did. And I mean, that is just like, that's amazing to me. So with him, I didn't push things. I kind of let him learn at his own pace, and that really worked out well for me. So with my 3-year-old, I will be following kind of that same pattern. I'm going to involve her in our class time for as long as she can tolerate. With a 3-year-old, it's not going to be very long. We have been working with her on her colors for quite a while now. She still gets confused on a couple of them, but she is definitely learning them. I will also say that until she was, I believe, 2, she was in speech therapy. She had delayed speech. My son did as well. And so she was in speech therapy, but at this point she's speaking much, much, much better. What else can I say about this? To be honest with you guys, my genuine opinion is that at such a young age, you don't have to purchase expensive curriculum. Now, I know in the past, I've gone to Costco around late spring and definitely during the summer, and they will usually have like little binders that have curriculum for kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, and so forth, even pre-K. Those, I think, are a lot of fun. I think that it's awesome to be able to purchase one of those for your child and then make school time fun. It can be their binder. You can sit down with them during your school time, whether it's, you know, one-on-one with them, or if you have other children that are doing school at the same time, and just make it their own special binder that they can color in and write in, and it doesn't have to be neat. It doesn't have to be correct. It's just a way for them to start experiencing classroom time. That is what I will be doing. I'm almost positive that during one of my one of the next couple of times I go to Costco, those will be available, and I will probably purchase one for Kyler, my almost 3-year-old. But to be honest with you, that's about it. I will provide that for her, and I will provide some Montessori activities. If you're unsure what that means, it's basically hands-on learning activities that encourage deeper thinking, STEM activities and so forth like that. So that's what I'm going to do with my 3-year-old. Now, I know that there are a lot of parents who go much more in depth with printing out curriculum. There are a lot of curriculums that are available online that you can find for free. Some of them you can purchase. So I honestly would say just do what feels right for you and for your child and for your goals. For my 3-year-old, and probably even when she's 4, I don't really want to make her feel like she's like school is like a chore. I just want to involve her and allow her to enjoy that time, because at that age they still get excited just to be able to sit down and do school with the bigger kids, and I don't want her to lose that, because Grant is already starting to worry that next year is going to be hard, it's going to be boring, it's going to take more time and so forth. But you know what, that's the way that school is. So he's going to have to work through that. We will persevere and we will make it through. So I hope that this video has been helpful to you guys. I hope that it has answered some questions. Again, these are just my thoughts, my opinions, my experience. Everyone's needs are different, but I hope that hearing thoughts from a mom who has been there and is still there in some ways is helpful to you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below this video. I'm trying to answer as many comments every day that I can. If I don't get to your comment, I'm so sorry. If you ask me a question, I promise that I will answer it. I believe that is definitely something that I should do for you guys. So if you ask a question, I will answer it for you guys, either in the comments or in a follow-up video. But regardless, please feel free to leave me any suggestions, comments, thoughts, anything like that down below. And I would like to say a huge thank you to you guys for helping me. I am almost at 9,000 subscribers on my channel, and that just blows my mind. I just love you guys so, so much. I can't even begin to tell you. So yes, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video and that you have found it useful, educational, motivational, all of those other things. And if you missed my most recent video, it will pop up on the screen for you right over here. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel and you're not already subscribed, you can do that by clicking on this link right over here. Until next time, you guys, I hope that you are all doing very well and that you're very blessed. Bye.